So hello, in this video I'm talking about the next topic of the set interface. Means in this video I started the new interface in collection framework that is called the set interface. What are the method in contained by the set interface? What are the child classes that directly implement the set interface? Okay, I covered in previous video. In this video I cover the remaining portion of the set interface. So there are some predefined interfaces that extend the set interface, and those sub interface, those child interface are implemented by the a class that is called a tree set class. Okay, so set interface have a child interface that is called the sorted set interface, and sorted set interface are extended by the navigable set interface. Means sorted set interface have its own method, its own body, and sorted set interface are extended by the navigable set interface. Some extra feature provided by the navigable set interface, and after that tree set class are implement the navigable set interface. So indirectly all the method are contained by the collection interface as well as the navigable set interface as well as the sorted set interface are implemented by the tree set class. Okay, so let's get started this video. What are the sorted set properties that are making it different from the set interface and different classes of a set interface? So same property are inherited by the sorted set interface, that is insertion order is not preserved and the null value is allowed, and the duplicates of elements is not allowed into the group of sorted set interface. So there is a one extra feature of a sorted set interface which called the sorting. What meaning of sorting? Mean insertion order is not reserved in set interface, we know. Same follow in the sorted set interface also. Means in which order we are able to store the data into the group. In same order the element are not stored into the memory. But when I am talking about the sorted set interface, at that time some logical sorting, logical order of element are followed by sorted set interface. Means insertion order is not clear, we know, but some logical order are followed by the sorted set interface, that is called the sorting. Means elements are stored into the sorted set interface group in the some increasing order or decreasing order, in which means some logical order are preserved into the sorted set interface. So this information are contained by the sorted set interface. Okay, so this is why sorted set are become different from the different classes of a set interface, that is called the hedge set class and linked hedge set class, in which insertion order is not preserved of element and there is no order of element into the group. But when I am talking about the sorted set interface, navigable set interface and the tree set class, in that class and in that interfaces there are some logical order of element are reserved into the memory, but they are not same as the inserted order. Means we are insertion order is not reserved, but some logical order are followed, that is called the sorting. Element are stored into the memory in increasing order or by default increasing order, but if I want to store into decreasing order, so we are able to store in that order also. So some logical order provided by the sorted set interface. So some method are contained by the sorted set interface. I am going to tell you one by one. So first method is, that is called the first. Same first method, by using this method we are able to fetching the first element of the sorted set interface, which is the least element, because by default the element is stored into sorted set interface in increasing order. So least element of that group are fetching by the first method. And there is a second method that is called last method. If I want to find the last or a greatest element of a group, so we have to use last method. Third method is that is called the head set element, head set method, in which we are able to find all the element of a group which is strictly greater than this provided element. What I am saying, there is a method that is called head set. Head set method, we have to pass an element into its body, means as a parameter. Now for example, let's assume a group of sorted set element 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, 3 4 5 6 7. If I am passing as an argument into the method that is called head set 3, so all the element of a group which is start from 3 4 5 6 7 till now 7, all the element that is strictly greater than the 3 are fetching by this method. Means the output of the headset method, in which I am passing as an argument 3, the output is 4 5 6 7, 4 elements are fetched by this method that is called headset method. Okay, and the fourth method, that is called tell set method. Tell set method are used for fetching all the element of a group of a sorted set interface, which is strictly less than or equal to the given element. Means we are able to pass any element into the as a parameter into tell set method. So all the method which are exactly less than or equal to that element are fetched by this, returned by the tell set method. And the fifth method is that is called subset method. What is subset method? Subset method are used for fetching the some group of data or a sub portion of a long group by using the subset, by providing the starting index value and last index value of the subgroup. And starting index value are included from the group, but last index value are excluded. Before that index value, all the elements are fetched into by using the subset method. Now last method of a sorted set interface, that is called the comparator method. What is the comparator method? Some information about that I explain you right now, but what are the major functionality provided by the comparator interface and the comparable interface are covered in upcoming videos, because this is very important and for interview point of view and a very long topic of the collection interface. So in simple word, comparator interface are used for finding the way of, means this method are used in a Desi language. If I am telling you, so comparator method are used for telling to compiler, please, these are the group of element in which I want to sort the element in my way. Because when I am talking about some class, I am creating some class that is called a college class. In college class, or for not college class, for example student class which have a name, child, there is a student class in which some property of student class, that is name of student, roll number of student, what are the address of the student, what are the standard of in which they are study standard of a student, some property are present. Now I want to create a group in which I have to store all the elements, all the objects of a student class. Now because these are the classes, these are the object in which the student class object are stored into the group. Now I want to sort all the group of object student class in the name wise, or anybody else come and they say I want to sort these object of a student class in their roll number wise, or any other person comes, they say I want to sort these group of object of student class in the standard or class wise. So for that, for telling the compiler, please sort this group of predefined classes objects in which stored into the group in this order or that order. For telling to the compiler, we have to use comparator method. So if you not understand exactly what are the comparator method works, so in upcoming video I cover the very basic and very advanced level all information about the comparator method. Okay, so now talk about its child interface of a sorted set interface, that is called navigable set interface. What is the navigable set interface? What are the extra functionality provided by the navigable set interface? So navigable set interface are used for providing some navigation into the group of data. Okay, so first there are some method of a navigable set interface, that is called, first method is ceiling method. What is a ceiling method? Ceiling method in which we have to pass an element or argument as a parameter, and they are return us the greatest element which is just greater than the given element or that element. Means ceiling method are used for fetching the element which is the smallest element of a group which is greater than or equal to given element into that group. What I am saying, if I want to fetch element from the group which is just greater than or equal to given element, so we have to use ceiling method. Second method is that is called floor method. floor method are used for fetching the element from the group which is exactly less than or equal to given element. So scaling method and floor method are completely opposite. Scaling method return us the smallest value of a group which is exactly greater than the given value, and floor method are used for finding the greatest value of a group which is exactly smaller than the given value or equal to that value. Okay, so this is two method. Third method is that is called lower method, which return us the exactly just lower or just smaller element of a group by using the lower method. Fourth method is that is called the higher method. By using the higher method we are able to find the just greater than element from the group. And sixth method is pole first method and pole last method. By using pole first and pole last method we are able to not only fetching the element, also we are able to remove the element from the group. If I want to remove the first element from the group as well as the fetching the what are the first element, so we have to use pole first method. By using pole first method we are able to remove the first element from the group and fetching the and return as that element into the as a value of the pole first method. And pole last method are used for removing the last element of the group and the last element also returned by this method. Okay, so this is all information about these two interfaces that are called the sorted set interface as well as the navigable set interface. What are the different method are provided by the both interfaces. Okay, now I'm talking about the tree set class which implement the navigable set interface. After covering the tree set class, queue set interface are complete. Then I started the in upcoming video that is called the queue interface. So now talking about the tree set class. What are the tree set class? What are the extra feature provided by the all different classes that are present into the collection interface? So one extra feature that are provided by the tree set class are completely making it different from all the classes, all the predefined classes that are present into the collection interface. That is called heterogeneous objects are not allowed into that group. What I am saying, heterogeneous objects are not allowed into the group of a tree set class. Means we are not able to store the different data types of group into a same different data types of element into the same group by using the tree set class. If I want to store the group of data in which I want to store the similar data type element into that group, so we have to use tree set class. Only two classes that are provide us this functionality, that is called heterogeneous object, are not allowed. That is tree set class and the tree map. Tree map and tree set class are only two classes in collection framework that provided us to store the similar data type into the group of data. Okay, for example, when I'm talking about list interface, in which we are able to store the different data type value into the same group. And when I'm talking about the set interface, set interface child class, that is the hash set class, linked hash set class, queue interfaces classes, all the classes of a collection interface are provided us to store the different data type of element into the same group. But when I talking about the tree set class, tree map class, both classes, only two classes in collection interface in which we are not able to store the different data type of element into the same group. Okay, so this is the first different from the first property of a tree set class, which make it different from all the classes that are present into the collection interface. So second property of a tree set class, that is called null value. Null value we are not able to store into the object of a tree set class, because if I'm talking about the Java version 6. Before 6.0, in which we are able to store the null value, but now after upcoming the new version of a Java, in which we are not able to store the null value into the object of a tree set class. Means we are not able to store the null value into the group of a tree set class. There are two functionality, major functionality are provided by the tree set class. Automatically sorting is also present because it is a child it is implement all the method, all the property of a sorted set interface as well as the navigable set interface. So there are some constructor of a tree set class. First constructor, in which we are not passing as any argument as a parameter. So by default this is the empty tree set. If you inserted any element into that group, automatically size will be increased in the object of tree set class. So second property second constructor of a tree set in which we have to pass as the object of comparator interface. What is comparator interface? I explain you. Comparator interface are used for sorting the object of a predefined, not predefined classes, user defined classes. Means if any user defined classes are present, which I want to sort the object of the user defined classes into the group of a tree set class, so we have to implement the comparator interface. So for that I have to, when during creation of the object of tree set class, I have to pass as an argument of a object of a comparator interface. So second property in which I constructor in which I have to pass as an argument the object of a comparator interface. Third constructor is in which I have to pass the object of a collection interface, because in this constructor all present into the all of the classes into the collection interface. By using all these constructor, we are able to convert any object of a collection framework from this class to another class. Same here, if I want to convert any class object of a tree of a collection interface, so we have to pass as an argument object of that class into the constructor of the tree set class object, so that that class object are directly convert into the object of a tree set class. Now second property, which is called constructor in which I have to pass as an argument of the sorted set interface object. We know that any parent class or any parent interface reference variable are able to store the reference of its child classes and child interfaces. So sorted set is a parent interface of a tree set class, so we are able to pass as an argument of a sorted set reference variable into the constructor of the tree set class. There are 4 classes that are used into the tree set class. Okay, so some feature are provided by the tree set class. I think done till now. Now I want to start the next topic of the tree set class, which is called the comparator and comparable interface. What is a comparable interface? What is a comparator interface? Both are very important topic of the collection interface, which is used for sorting the user defined classes. What are difference between both of them, I cover in upcoming video. So this is all information about the set interface, how the set interface are works into the collection interface, what are the different functionality provided by the tree set class. Major functionality I revise. Major functionality provided by the tree set class object is heterogeneous object is not allowed into that group. First property. Second property is in tree set class null value is not allowed into that group, and sorting by default is happen by if we are using the predefined classes, predefined data types, for example integer and float. If that elements I want to store into object of tree set class, so directly sorting order, some logical order are present into the object of tree set class, because the tree set class is a child class of a sorted set interface and navigable set interface. So all the property of both interfaces, parents interfaces, are inherited by the tree set class object. So I think your concept about set interface is clear now. In this video I covered all information about set interface and what are the different functionality are provided by the set interface as compared to the list interface. So see you in next one. In next video I am starting the next topic of the set interface, that is called queue interface. So see you next one, and thank you for watching this video.